Good day and welcome to another episode of The Couch Coach. I'm your host Fazil Jacobs. Unfortunately, our guests tonight were going to disappear in the green room, so I had to find an alternate recording venue. But we welcome some South African champs in Tharwa, Rania, Noura and Mincha. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
So firstly, this South African kit that you're wearing, tell us about it, Tharwa.
Well, the kit is from Malaysia this year. So these three girls went to compete in Malaysia at the World Championships, the Kojiri World Championships.
So that is karate.
Yes, and I myself went as a referee.
Okay.
So
Well
yeah,
done.
that's where our kit comes from.
Okay, looking spiffy, ladies. So you guys are from the Kensington Karate School.
Yes, well.
So tell us a little bit about the school.
The karate school was started a while back by Sensei Carlo Jacobs, and he's overseas with his wife at the moment. And then when he left, he handed over to Sensei Liesel Brandreth, and she had some other life commitments, and then she handed it over to me. So I've been in this position since 2012.
Oh, wow.
Our dojo had a bit of a rough start after all the things that we have to go through, but we are now settled at Shawco. We are hoping it's going to stay that way. But we're at Shawco on a Tuesday and a Thursday from 5 o'clock, and that's where we train.
Okay. And about how many students do you have?
We have about 25 to 30 students at the moment,
Okay.
from various backgrounds, from everywhere.
Okay.
Kensington is the upper part and the lower
The
part,
lower
and then we
part.
have some Kensington from Factoryton.
Practicing as well.
So yeah, we have quite a diverse bunch of students.
Okay. And fees-wise, and we're going to come to you guys in a little bit. Fees-wise, what's it cost for the?
So our cost per student is 170 rand per month. Our fee goes towards only our rent. Like I said earlier, we have a lot of different types of students. So we have some students that struggle to pay a fee. I have some students that I'm going to call them my development group. So they can't afford anything. So yeah, so the money we make is the money we pay for rent.
Just
Yes.
for your rental. And we'll come back to that rental over there. Malaysia. Rania, tell us about Malaysia. And I believe there were some medals that were involved.
Yes, in total we got 4 medals, 3 bronze and 1 gold.
4 medals.
In total, yes.
And that was your first trip?
Yes.
Oh, and your first participation in a
Of
world
world
event?
Yes. First.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And tell me for the medals that you won, for what were they?
For the 3 bronze, we each got 1, and it was a team kumite. Kata, and then Noura got a gold for team kumite.
Jeez, Noura, Goldie. And what was it like in Malaysia, in competing with kids from another part of the world, really?
I felt very nervous, but when it was done, it was over, so then
It's just
I knew it was, yeah.
relief. And for you guys?
It was overwhelming because it's always a big group in our age category.
And what age category was that?
Minka and I, we are in 13 to 14.
And you, Noura?
10 to 11.
10 to 11, okay. And about how many kids was it that you competed
I think it
on?
was like 12, 13.
In our division, but there was 29 countries that competed at the
Wow.
World Show.
29 countries, and we walked away with 4 medals. Well done, guys. You also come with some sort of a pedigree here. I believe you got some awards not so long ago, and I think you went over as a referee, you said?
Yes, so I went over as a referee. We also were selected as officials for South Africa.
Okay.
So I was lucky enough to get selected at that time because I was going with 3 of my students, it was a really nice
amazing.
trip. I will never forget. So I went over as a referee, and it was my first time at the World Championships refereeing. And we had you have to write the exam and do a practical before you get your qualification, which was very nerve-wracking. But
sure.
it was nice. At the end of the day, you have your qualification, and no one can take it away from you.
No,
That's
for
what
sure.
I'm always telling our girls as well. If you work hard for something, it becomes yours. No one can take it from you.
Well, exactly. Now, I'd like to come back to the challenges that, and let's call it what it is, that it's not a fairly affluent area. You mentioned the fact that fees is a problem. A trip like this, and it's an amazing experience for the children, but where does that money come from?
So our entire trip with our kit and everything had to be self-funded.
So even these spiffy tracksuits,
everything.
Karate South Africa
Yes,
doesn't give.
So it's actually, they have to have the tracksuit if they're part of the team, but it's not covered. It's not paid for, it has to be paid for. So we had a very difficult time trying to get in funds. So each of their packages were about 24,000 Rand just to go. And because they're all minors, they had to get a parent to go with them. So for each child it was 24,000 times 2.
Sure.
And that was besides the kit that they needed. So each of the kit cost 3,500 Rand.
So the kit would be the tracksuit?
The tracksuit wasn't included.
Okay.
It was the gi, so the karate suit. It was some shin pads, some foot pads, a chest protector,
Gum guards.
the gum guards, yes.
Wow.
And because a red and a blue competes against each other, they had to have each color.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I think that's why it was so much money.
So how did you guys raise these funds?
We had a bit of everything actually. We had a Pack a Buddy campaign running, and then we did some cake sales, some food sales. We did, what else? There was so much.
Shows.
Oh yes, we did a show, another TV show. So whatever we could do to make money, that's what we were doing the entire year.
Okay. Well, the hard work paid off.
Yes, it did.
And I mean, from each of you, what was it? What was the best part of this trip?
For me, it wasn't actually. It was the going somewhere else besides Africa. It was traveling. It was actually traveling because it was our first time traveling. And then the competition was a nice experience also.
And for you, Nura?
For me, it was nice because I saw all different kind of places and things that I never saw yet. And the tournament was something because it's like a big thing. So I wasn't in such a big tournament before.
And for you, Mitra?
Mine was getting to make friends from other countries. Like some of them didn't speak English, but it was nice to see people from other countries and
So
see
which
their
countries?
rituals. There was India, Portugal, New Zealand. There was a lot.
29 countries. And which was the funniest language for you?
I
Or
don't
the
know.
most difficult to understand?
Portuguese.
The Portuguese were and then you just.
So how did you communicate?
Most of them actually could speak English or both of English at least. So that was okay.
So that made it easier. Okay. So we were chatting a little earlier about the venue. You're at Shawco. And I believe that this is also up in air at the moment?
Yes, well, rumor has it that UCT owns Shawco and that it's being sold. So we don't know where we're standing right now. And I'm a little bit worried because where do I go with 30 students? I mean, for a lot of them, we are their safe haven. So if I take that away now, where do we go? What do I do for these kids? How do I keep them? How do I get more kids off the street?
Yeah.
So I'm very worried how we're going to solve this venue issue.
And the venue options in Kensington, Fractreton area,
It's very difficult. I mean, we have some church halls, but the days we train are church evenings. So then we can't use the hall. And there is a recreational hall in Fractreton, but it's very dangerous for us to be in that area at night. I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard about all the shooting and things that's going in. So it's happening right around that building. And we have used the venue a few times, but things are thrown through the windows. So I mean, it's very dangerous. And when kids come to class, they become my responsibility.
Yeah.
And I can't put them in that kind of, environment where they could be getting injured. So yes.
So what would you to the viewers out there? What would your appeal be?
Well, right now, for us to get something stable, if anybody knows of anything that we can use, a structure that would be not ours, but that we could use all the time, and it will give us stability, and
Yeah,
it will
the
help us
stability.
to bring more kids in. And you know, because I don't want to leave our community, because there's so much potential. We have kids running around the street, but they have so much potential. So if we can bring them in and give them that opportunity at a good future, then why not?
Awesome. And the young ladies, so we've got to wrap this up now. So I'd like to ask each of you, if you have a message for the children and the viewers out there, what would that be?
It doesn't matter like from what area you come from, how you look, or how you appear. It's like you can become what you want. You just have to work for it.
You have to work for it, hard work. Noura?
On the top of everyone sees the top of the mountain, but they never see the bottom. And the bottom is you working up to reach the top.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you work from the bottom, you can always get to the top, no matter where you come from.
No matter how difficult it
No
is, the
matter.
hard work pays off. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We wish you all the best going forward. And please keep in touch. Let us know how things are going, and share the story. I mean, it's amazing. And I think you guys are doing the karate thing for about 3 years now?
It was 3 years, and
We're 7 years.
7 years. And I mean, we've got some gold and bronze medalists here from Kensington, which is, it's amazing. And well done to you and the work that you and your team are doing. To the viewers out there, anybody that has any bit of help to offer the Kensington Karate School, the contact details are up on the screen. That's email and telephone number. Please reach out. Let's help and get them a stable venue that they can use and get more kids from the community involved. Thank you so much for watching. We're not done yet. After the break, we're chatting to some cyclists.